Hey guys, Max here. So I decided to record this video because I've been getting a lot of questions. Predominantly, most of them are about two specific things. But I've also been seeing negative comments, which in my opinion, those negative comments are due to the fact that there's just not enough advances out there. So I think recording a video should provide answers to what I'm seeing out there as far as due to the posts that I have on Reddit and the videos that I have on YouTube. So the biggest question that I'm seeing is Boox Palma capable of dark theme? So the answer is no, but a big yes. What I mean by this is when you go into the OS settings, like this is your home screen, this is what you're gonna get. Unless you download a launcher that offers capability of changing the theme. But let's go into Boox Palma launcher. So you go into settings right here, watch the capability of response, boom. Also do consider the fact that I'm recording this video behind the camera, so my visual of this device is not as good as yours. So let's go into the settings. More settings. There's no option here to enable dark theme, right? As you can see, nothing here. Now let's go into display. There is no option here that offers dark theme. So what you get on your home screen, that's what you're gonna get. But if you have a specific application that you like to use, and if you see that that application has capabilities of dark theme on your device, most probably it has the same option in this device. Meaning, so here you have, let's say Kindle, Docs, Libby, Kobo, Read Air. So that's the second question that I'm getting, the options of applications that you could use on this device. Slowly we'll get into that as well, but let's go into dark theme. So here's a Kindle application. As you can see, the background is white, the text is dark, pretty nice contrast. I like to read it this way, and honestly, I love dark theme. All of my phones are with dark theme. But what people don't understand is this device is using e-ink device. Just think of paper. That's what the feel that you're gonna get with this device. It's not a device that's emitting blue light like you get with, let's say, an iPhone, an Android. This is an e-ink device. So reading on this device, like me, for example, I get migraines. I've seen people with questions about migraines. I don't get migraines by using this device because it's very comfortable when it comes to reading. But let's say you still like dark theme. Same as a Kindle application, you go into, here is an option. You go into font, you could change things around. You go into layout, and here you have 4 options that you would get in a Kindle app. So unfortunately, this and these 3 options, pretty much you won't see much of a difference. But here's a dark theme. So if you enable that, as you can see, you do have an option of dark theme. If you want to change that, you go back in here and you just select that. It all depends how you like to read your books on a Kindle app if it's not a Kindle device. So you have that option here. So I've been getting questions as far as is Boox Palma capable of using Libby? So here I have a book. This is a sample book on Libby. I don't know if the app is actually Libby or Libby because it's a library. So I'll call it Libby. So I don't have an account with Libby, but I downloaded a sample book and it did ask me whether I wanted to open that book in Kindle app or the native reader in the Libby app. So I chose the native one. So here you have the same thing, white background as you saw with the Kindle application. So let's say you want to change that. You tap in the middle. The thing about Libby is you have to do a little bit more tweaking. So let's go here. As you can see, bright, and here's a dark. So you enable that. This is a pretty bad experience. Don't worry, you could change that as well. So let's say you slide down here. Here's the e-ink center. E-ink center is going to be your best friend when it comes to using Boox Palma because some application will require tweaking. So I don't even have to go into optimization. I could just enable this part here. And as you can see in the background, things will drastically change. As you can see, now you can read it this way. So there's no ghosting, but if you want to refresh that, you could do it as well. So here, you can read a book with dark theme. So yes, Libby has that option. You go back into the center and you could disable that. And if you want to go back into, let's say, bright theme, you could do that as well. So you could play around with Libby if that's the application of choice. So let's go here. The next question I've been getting, can you use Kobo? Here you go, automatically dark theme. So here you go into the settings. You could go into classic. Oh, here you go. You got white background. I really don't like white background on my phones, but on this device, the white background is very comfortable because you're not getting this light glaring in your eyes as if you were rereading on the regular tablet with an LCD or OLED display or a phone that is an iPhone or an Android. It's a very, very different experience. So let's say you want to go and enable dark theme again. So they all operate differently. So as you notice, Kindle is touch friendly. Libby is, you have to play around with the settings a little bit more. So here we are in Kobo. So let's say you want to change. Let's go back to the night. So generally, like you would slide over here and then you here. So as you can see, the gestures do work as well. So dark theme available here as well. Then you slide up to go to a different app. Again, it is very responsive. I'm just doing this behind the camera. My favorite app is Read Era. This is my favorite app. This thing is so customizable. You could do so much with it. Now, this is a premium version, but the free version does a lot of things the same. There's just some extra options with premium that are not available on the regular version, but regular version is more than enough. So here you go into the settings, and then here you could play around with what you want to do as far as the text. As you can see, this is the light version. And then let's say if you want to make it dark, this is just a regular, but this is, the text is lighter. You could change the text. You could make it like that. So basically this application is much more customizable. So yes, you do have capabilities of dark theme if an application offers it. So the next question that I'm getting is, can you download a specific app? I think what people don't understand is this device has Android. It's not the latest version of Android, but this specific Android supports a lot of application. It is an Android. Most probably whatever the application that you use on your Android phone, most probably works on this device because it has Play Store. You don't have to side load this Play Store. It just has Play Store. So this is your home screen, and here you have capabilities of downloading whatever the application that you want. So far, whatever the application that I use on my phone, I'm able to download it on this specific device. So a lot of applications function on this device with my experience with no issues. Now, I've been getting a question as far as whether you can make calls on WhatsApp or any other messaging application. I did not test that because I wouldn't use that as a calling device. For me, purpose is reading and browsing the web, something that doesn't require color use. Or I do message with people on this device. Like I use Telegram on this device, and Telegram works flawlessly. So yes, you are able to download whatever the application that you would like. So far, the ones, like I said, I haven't downloaded all of them, so I can't speak for all the applications, but the ones that I use, I had no issue downloading on this device. So the next question that I've been getting is, can you play music on this device? So for copyright purposes, I do use Epidemic Sound. So here is a Holiday Essential music. And this is where you could see the kind of limitation of using e-ink device. So you could play around here to see if you could change the background of it, if you can make things more to your liking. But at the end of the day, this is an ink device. So, which is what I was referring to earlier, that having a black in one of my previous videos, why I also kind of miss using color e-ink device for purposes that require color e-ink device. But this is more than enough to use on this application. So let's say if you want to play music, like you could select here, you could definitely see and read whatever you need, but let's say we'll play Holiday Essentials.
Jingle bells, jingle all the angels we have heard.
Okay, so that gives you an idea. Let's say if you want to go and pick something else. So here is the music, let's say, that I want to select. Let's say upbeat. Let's play this one. I predominantly hear most of the sound coming from here. Like you see, this makes no difference. Again, if you just want to listen to this music, you don't have to have this application open. You could just light up and it operates like an Android device because you have it here. So if you want to pause this, you could pause this. So you don't have to have an application open. You could just go from here. If you want to continue reading the book, you could do it right from here. Again, going back to music if you want to play it, or if you want to go to the next music. So there's a lot of things that you're able to do with this device. If you want to leave your phone behind because you're not the type of person who likes to talk over the phone, and you use like WhatsApp application, or you use Telegram, Signal, iMessenger, no, not iMessenger, what do you call it? The Facebook Messenger. Let me correct myself again. You cannot use iMessenger on this device. Hopefully one day, it is my dream that iPhone opens up iMessages to other devices. Man, at least they're kind of adopting RCS in 2024. I'm very excited about that because, man, I have a lot of Android devices, and my primary is an Android device, but I prefer using my Android devices. And the only reason why I have a primary iPhone is because of iMessage. Anyway, so Facebook Messenger, Telegram, WhatsApp, Signal, you could easily use on this device. So if you just want to carry around with you in the house, you have a good Wi-Fi connection, more than enough, you could do that. At the same time, you could listen to the music. If you want to, let's say, chat with someone. Speaking of chatting, let's talk about messaging, right? So let's go into OneNote. Let's open up, and this is what people want to know: if how is the typing experience on it. Again, hopefully it's gonna show what it really is, meaning it is good, but I am recording this behind the camera. So let's say hello. Here we go. We're making a mistake already. Thank you for watching this video. There you go. So the typing is pretty responsible. So if you want to go into using the gestures like lighting, you could do that as well. So all right. So now let's go say here. Let's say we say there. Luckily I could spell. So gliding, swiping works pretty well. So the typing part works well. So on this device is pretty comfortable. All right, so typing on this device is pretty comfortable. I don't find issues typing on this device. I think it's pretty responsive. It's definitely not an iPhone or an Android device. Again, we're talking about a refresh rate on this, and the type of this screen that this device is using, which is e-ink. But comparing this to previous devices that I had from books and other e-readers, this is miles away with an experience that you're getting in here. So let's say if you want to chat with someone and you say hello or everything, you know, is great. So you could do it. I don't know what to type. I'm just making stuff up. Typing is fun on this device, I think, because of the way this display feels. You're not getting the slippery display. The feeling of this display is actually a lot more comfortable in my opinion. So yeah, you can type. So I think this video has been about things that I've seen so far. The biggest things: application, compatibility, dark theme, touch response. It is very responsive. Trust me, it is very responsive, especially once you get used to it. So let's say if you go into Reddit, obviously it works much better if you're looking directly at this device, but because I'm doing from behind the screen, it's, you know, it's not as comfortable. So like you could see, it's very responsive, very. Now going home, you go to like the e-ink, or if you go to your recent applications, it's very responsive. So for those of you who say this device is not as responsive, it is. You just have to consider that while we record this, we're doing it so that you guys get a better visual with camera being ahead of us. So as you can see here is a Telegram, no problem. If I want to go into reading my news, that's no problem. As you can see, it's pretty fast too with as far as, you know, with opening things up. And look at that. There's no ghosting. It works smoothly. Uh, Look at that. It just works so nice. I love using this device. On the go for reading. I haven't used public transportation in a long time, but if I had to take the train or a bus, 100% I would take this with me to read the book. It's just like, come on, this is so comfortable. Let's say the application that I want to use, boom. Let me go back to light display. There is one other thing that I do want to cover. And in my first video about Boox Palma, I mentioned how I love something that's unique to New Reader, and it's the voices, like the capability of reading the book as if you're listening to an audiobook, for example. While I was playing around with TCL Next Paper 11, I figured out that the same exact voices are available on pretty much most of the application that I tried it on. And how did I get into it? So let's go here. And this is one specific application. And it also gonna show you an idea that you can download a lot of applications on here. There's one specific application that I'm looking for. This is games. There you go. Books. Google Play Books. And that's how I stumbled on the same voices. I think the voices that they use in NeoReader for reading purpose of the books are from Google. Because after testing this application on TCL Next Paper 11, because New Reader is not available there on that tablet. It's not available on any tablets, and I've tried kind of sideload the application. It just doesn't work. So I was trying to see how I could use TCL Next Paper 11 with capability of voices reading books, because sometimes I don't want to hold a device. I just want to listen to the book that I want to read. So it came in this application. That's how I just accidentally stumbled on it. Although I would say Google Play Books, when it comes to changing voices, it's not as easy as it is on many other applications. So like, for example, when you go into NeoReader, and then let's say if you want to change the voice sounds, so you go into the other TTS, you select this option here, and then you go into preferred engine, install voice data. Here you pick whatever the voice that you want to use, different languages and things like that. So when you go into, let's say, English, United States, as you can see, it's voice 1, voice 2, voice 3. So I think it's much cleaner when it comes to the presentation of voices on this device. What I found to be on other devices, it's a little bit messier looking. So as you can see, the voices are there. This is NeoReader, and that's how you change them. So let's go into my favorite application, which is Read Aaron. This is the premium version. So when you go here you could change voices. Let me enable it. Okay, this is daylight. Let's see if I could change things around here. Oh, here, I forgot. Let's go into, it's here, 1 second, background. Okay. So when you go here, And then if you want to change, getting used to all these applications. Okay, here. So when you go into changing the voice, right, you have voices there. So let me go again here. Let's play around. I'm literally playing it with you on the camera. So let's change this here. You can see it changes the background. So now here you're able to go and change voice. Like you could see, and if you look closely, look how not clean the names of the voices are. Like EN, US, X, LOB, local, Google, United States. Like you literally have to physically touch all of them to see which one you like the most. So the good part about New Reader, it's much more cleaner. And it's the same version of all of this that I've been seeing on a lot of applications. The UN, US, it's a mess. So, but what I wanted to show is, let me go back and put it how it was before. Let's see here. So let's turn on the reading mode.
I don't know where and how to pay. At this time, as long as there is a person like that, it is...
Boom. Voices. Just remember what kind of voice you just heard. So let's go in here. This voice is enabled here. So let's play.
Book a taxi, urging the driver to hurry up along the way. Quote.
Now, these are two different applications. This is the native New Reader, and this is Read Era. So, as you can see, it's the voice that's not only particular that's in New Reader. You could enable this voice in a lot of Google enabled an Android capable applications that you could download from the Play Store, which I'm very happy. And I'm working on the TCL Next Paper 11 video because I think there's, with my experience, it's definitely not what I've seen as far as those videos that came out months ago illustrating how amazing this device is. The TCL Next Paper 11, I think it's a horrible device. I have so many issues with it. I posted some videos on it. Yes, it is affordable, but I think sometimes you'd rather save your money than buy something that's affordable, because at the end of the day, it's just going to be a headache. So voices, you could enable it on whatever the application that's capable of. Like there was one question that asked if Kindle app had that option. You could download audiobooks. Like here's an audiobook. Let's see, audio. Typing from behind, it's just like, ooh. Audible, there you go. Audible, you could download Audible if you want to listen to the books. So overall, it's pretty capable device. So hopefully this does answer some of the questions. I wish I knew some of those questions before my first video, because I would have covered them in my first video. But hopefully this does provide enough of answers for those of you who are on kind of, you know, you're undecided whether you want to buy this device. I absolutely love this device. I think this is the e-reader of 2023, with my opinion, based on the devices that I played around with. This is just so smooth. A lot of times e-readers are just so glitchy, meaning the experience is just not as smooth. This is very palmable. It's very comfortable. It's pocketable. The battery is insane on this device. So I did charge this device yesterday. The standby on this is insane. Prior to that, I think the last time I charged this device was like 2 weeks ago, and then And I've used this device on and off. And yesterday I had 53% battery remaining. So I was like, you know what, let me just charge it. But otherwise, the battery on this device is insane. Going back to the music, if you like kind of quieter device that is not super loud when you like to listen to music, let's say if you like to work on the computer and let's say you're at work and you want just something that is not speaker, like a boom speaker type of sound, it's okay if you want to listen to music on this. It's not something to brag about. I think the sound is okay. It's not loud. But if you want something that, you know, while you're searching the web and you just want some kind of music to play that is not obnoxiously loud, I think this device is okay. But don't expect anything to be mind-blowing. It's not a super loud speaker. I think most of the sound that's coming is from this speaker alone. This is just like fake looking speaker, because if you could see closely, there's only one hole. I think this hole is a microphone. There's sensors over here. I know some people said that there's a speaker here. I really don't see any sound coming from here. I mostly see the sound coming from here, unless there's a tiny sound coming from here, which doesn't really make a difference if it's so tiny, because I really don't hear it, and I have really good hearing. So again, I don't want to ramble. Hopefully this video provided enough of answers, because I just feel bad that, you know, there's just not enough of information out there. Again, this is the white version. As you could see, it's, you know, it's beautiful. There's no fingerprints on it. It just looks so classic. Reading books on this, it's just, man, I really like this device. All right, thanks for watching. If you do have comments, post them below. I read and respond to almost all of them, unless if they are negative for some reason, which you are open to your opinion. It's great. It kind of gives me more ways to try to respond to those comments, because like I said, a lot of those comments due to the lack of knowledge, in my opinion. Again, thanks for watching. Comment below.